As a fine art landscape photographer and printmaker, the papers that I choose are really critical and have a huge impact in my success as a photographer. And I've been using Canson Infinity papers for a few years now, and I have not been disappointed at all. When I tell my customers that Canson has been around for 500 years making papers in one fashion or another, that really adds an extra sense of validity and authenticity that I like in all the materials that I use as a printmaker. And so I like that aspect that this is a company that's been making one thing for a really long time really well, and that instills confidence in me. Another thing is that in terms of the papers themselves, they have allowed me to make prints that I've had a hard time making in the past. This is a photograph on the Hudson River close to where I live, and even though I've printed this before, I haven't printed it with this success and been able to convey what I really wanted to bring across in the image until now. This is printed on Canson fiber platine, and it's just a great paper, 100% cotton, has a great feel and touch, beautiful texture, but most importantly, it allows me to print very subtle shadow details and yet retain the softness of the print. It doesn't get too contrasty. It has really nice gradation and of course super detailed areas, and so it has a combination of all things, highlights and shadows, great dynamic range. And so being able to print this gives me a lot of satisfaction because it allows me to continue the vision that I had in the field all the way through to the print, and it wasn't until the fiber platine that I was able to do that. So that's really one of the reasons why I love to use Canson paper. When it comes to black and white images, my go-to paper is definitely the Canson Baryta. Super smooth paper, tremendous Dmax, meaning the amount of black that the paper can hold. Detail, again, shadow detail is amazing. The separation between all of the tones and the shadow area is really critical to good black and white prints. It's all there, it's all preserved, and the paper sort of gets out of the way when I want to convey an image. I don't have to fight with the paper. It really brings my images to life. And again, when I show these to customers or to others who look at feel the paper, they really can appreciate that. And so one of my favorite papers, works great with color as well. And so just a versatile paper that is definitely one of my top 3 or 4 choices when it comes to Canson Infinity. Another favorite paper of mine is, of course, the Rag Photographique. When I'm looking for an image that has more of that matte look, the painterly look to it, without any shine to it, and also I want a paper that has more of a softness, yet I don't lose the richness of the color, the saturation, the contrast. The Rag Photographique is just great, and it also feels really nice. If I'm making a portfolio or I'm making prints that I'm going to let customers hold in their hands, this is probably the paper that I go to. Super smooth, holds detail incredibly well. So again, just a fantastic paper and one of my top choices.